This is Melinda Vail, who has a lot of answers that come from other people. They really aren't your answers, are they?
No, they're not my answers.
When somebody comes in and asks you probably a list of fairly standard questions. Here's one I've never asked you before.
Okay, I'm ready.
About something that somebody may have asked you in the past. And I don't ask you out of anything than absolute curiosity. It just occurred to me. Has anybody ever come to you and asked you to get in touch with an ex-spouse rather than saying a husband or a wife, but a spouse that has passed away?
All the time.
And saying, I want to know if he/she really did fool around with the secretary.
Oh, thank you so much for asking that.
I've never asked you that in my life. People have actually asked you to ask the departed?
No, I have a pet peeve about it. You want to hear it?
Sure. And so do they.
Yeah. So there's been on more than one occasion that a medium has told a widow who, coincidentally, all of these people, it just has happened recently in the last 2 years, all of these widows were widowed by men that were in Vietnam. And, you know, Vietnam vets have a lot of PTSD and a lot of things that haunt them, yeah? And 2 of these men died because they were exposed to Agent Orange. And this medium told all of these women that their husbands cheated on them. And all of these women came to me and were devastated over what was said to them. And I will use one in particular. The one man rode a motorcycle. He was a Vietnam vet. He loved to cook. There were lots of specifics about him, okay? And I said to her, did this other medium that told you he cheated ever get him by name? No. Have you ever met a Harley Davidson rider? Let me tell you, a dead Harley Davidson rider always talks about their Harley. They never not talk about their Harley, okay? A Vietnam vet never not says he was in the military, okay? Never, ever, okay? And so a guy that likes to be in the kitchen never not says that he was a good cook. Guys love to brag about being good cooks, okay? And the woman said, no, this medium got none of those things. Then why do you believe he cheated on you? Well, it just bothers me. So that's a pet peeve of mine. And I really think that it's an awful thing for people to do to each other. I met a woman in California once that showed me a picture of her daughter and said her daughter was 14 at the time, and the medium said that her daughter was going to have an accident at 17 and die. I don't want to tell you the New York words I used on that. Okay, not true at all. Why that happens is that this is why I love being a neurotic freak, because I don't want my ego can't get involved in it. A lot of people that are in this business get this God complex. You know, like sometimes, no offense to doctors, but you know how sometimes a great surgeon will get a God complex, or, you know, a great litigator will get a God complex. Well, so do mediums, because mediums are just people too. But you know, and all of those people can screw up people's lives. And so I take this very seriously about giving information that doesn't screw up people's life. Oftentimes, an ex-spouse will come in and say they're sorry for whatever. And I have an ex-spouse on the other side of the veil that came to me in a dream and said he was sorry.
Have you had the experience of other family members, people that are close to you, that have nothing to do with the client that's sitting across the table, but folks that have passed out of your life who came through and said, hi, Melinda, it's me?
I wish.
Really?
I may be the exception to the rule, but I feel like the mediums that say that they're talking to their own mother, father, brother, child, and getting information, it's mostly their ego, because, you know, it's very hard to decipher whether that's really your parent or your kid or not.